Huh? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to episode 8 of Dragonhead Gaming. Today we're jumping into Space Engineers, and if you haven't heard of this game, well, apparently you're new to gaming or you've been living under a rock. Because this one's been in early access for quite a while, it's gotten a lot of hype, and it's getting close to being done and released. I've actually just announced Medieval Engineers and released a video. That looks pretty good if you want to take a look at that. Now, what this is similar to Minecraft. You have a voxel-based game. You do lots of mining. Um, it's all in space. There's physics, and as you can see, you could build small ships. As you can see right here, you could build capital ships, full-on space cruisers, battleships. You can build giant mining ships. All right. Now we're going to start a new world here. We're going to do custom, show you what the options they have. Now you have Easy Start 1. This starts with your basic platform, large ship, 2 small ships. An Easy Start, you start with a huge, giant base. Lone Survivor, you start with just pretty much a platform and some basic supplies. Crash Red Ship, this is one of my favorites. This one, you actually, what you see there, that's your ship that's crashed into an asteroid, and you have to use what leftover parts you have and build a base and try and survive. 2 platforms is great when you want to start multiplayer. You each start with a base and can start attacking as soon as you start building stuff. This one, asteroids, essentially you start in a rescue ship with a very limited resources. Your rescue ship is actually damaged. It's missing parts. And I love this one too because I'm more the survival versus the multiplayer. And with this one, you just kind of go out there. An empty world is, if you've played Minecraft, you just start with a blank world. You can play in creative, build everything you want. All right, now we're just going to go ahead and we're going to start crashed. Actually, I want to start with an easy start so you guys can see all the big stuff they have. Okay, now we're going to start at the top. You can description of whether you want the world to be creative or survival, online or offline, whether you want to play with other people's, the number of players. Now you can play with either safe or you can have normal, cataclysm, or Armageddon. And essentially those are meteor showers that come flying at you. I had one base that I had built on the opposite side of the meteor showers, but every time I brought a ship out during one of them, it would just get totaled. I mean, these things put huge holes in your ship. So we're just going to play safe for right now. You can choose the number of asteroids you want. It just affects the speed. We're gonna do 7. 7's a nice number. You can adjust the mods you have. Then you can adjust all the advanced settings. You can adjust how big your inventory is, your assembler efficiency, refinery speed, welding speed, grinding speed. For the purpose of the tutorial, we're just going to max everything out so we can see everything. Set the number of objects in the world, so that way if you have a slower machine, it'll run better. You can limit the world size. These are all these different options. I like to do trash auto removal because if it's out of my range, they can delete it. I don't care. Because sometimes as you're mining, little bits and pieces of ore will go spawning off, and you really don't want those just laying around taking up space. Yeah, permanent death, who cares? Alright. We're going to leave everything there default. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and hop into the world here. Now, if you've ever seen Ender's Game, one thing to take to heart, there is no up, down, east, west, left, right. It's full 360 because you are in space. Now, you can set up gravity generators to give yourself a platform to walk on. But for the most part, with your jump pack on, you'll just be flying around. And it may take just a second here to load because I'm doing a large base and everything. loading up. There we go. And if you look over here on the right, you see that gravity 2.0 Gs. That means currently the gravity is set at 2 Gs, twice what Earth gravity is, which really doesn't make sense to me because you'd think they would set it just at 1. I prefer to set mine at about a half. Alright. See if I can figure out a way onto this place. Oh, let's go take a look at this real quick. Alright, as you can see, on the bigger ships, you can build automated turrets. It doesn't look like it has any ammo. Looks like this base has absolutely nothing in the way of supplies, but it is all built for you, so there is that advantage. Alright, well. External view. You can zoom out pretty far, especially if you're doing big giant capital ships. You don't want to be really zoomed in there. Oops. There we go. Hit the wrong button. Alright, now I'm going to demonstrate. There is no, I mean, technically up, down, left, right as we know it. But, you know, that can change in a heartbeat. Because what was up is now down, and what was down is now up. Oh, you guys getting dizzy yet? Oops. I forgot the oh wow, gravity is set for 3 over here. How rude. Alright. Well, looks like it respawned us down here rather than inside the base. Alright. Well, this here is a conveyor system, so you can have it set up. It's probably set up where you can put minerals somewhere, and it allows you to have, like, say, all your storage in one room, all your assembly in another, and you just set up conveyors and it automatically transports everything for you. Alright, here we go. There's a good example. As you can see, these are big old cargo containers. And then the conveyor goes here, so you can put your stuff in here, go into your assembly room, which I'm assuming is down here somewhere. What do we have here? Other cargo containers? Yeah, tons of cargo containers everywhere. I'll be honest, I'm not sure exactly how to get into this base for the simple fact that... Oh, there we go. There's a door. I normally play survival as... Ah, there we go. That's what it looks like from the inside. All these conveyors going throughout the place. Internal turrets, you know, in case you get raided or anything. It'd be nice if they would set up aliens in here for more single-player action, but it is what it is. They do like how they have it. You know, here we go. Nice little fighter ship, looks like. Let's hop in here. Hey, come back here! Apparently they did not lock down the gear, so it's free-floating in space. Which seems kind of weird considering, you know, there's gravity! Alright, it's going to make us do this the hard way. There we go. Alright, power this puppy up. Probably should have opened the doors. Straighten her up a little bit. Alright, this is where the external view comes in handy. There we go. As you can see in space. Now you can also turn off your inertial dampeners. We're going to do that right here. What that's going to do is, so if we hit this direction, no counterpoints. So it allows us to do all kinds of maneuvers in space, which is a little harder to control. But you know what? What's a little damage? Go ahead and shut this down. We're going to jump out. As you watch, whoa, let's turn our inertial dampeners back on. It will continue to go as long as the inertial dampener is not on. So that will disappear off into space at some point. And we're going to come right over here. We'll show you this one. So that's just an example of a little small fighter craft you can do. This one is a repairer and welder or disassembler, because over here you have your welding unit, and this will allow you to essentially grab inventory and weld big large ships in chunks. And this one essentially will take ships apart. If you gotta build one of these with a bunch of those on them, you can actually tear through an enemy ship really quick, as long as they don't see you coming. Alright, we're going to head over here to the capital ship. Let's go back into first person mode. Get up here. Alright. There we go. Turn everything on. All right. Let's take this puppy out. Looks like there's a business shipment out there. As you can see, this thing does not go very fast. We're going to turn the initial dampeners off. And what that's going to do is, if you're headed somewhere, as you can see, this thing moves slow. Now, every once in a while you'll get random AIs out here which you can attack just to give you something to do in single player. But by turning the inertial dampeners off, I can let go of the thrusters and we'll continue moving at the same exact speed. I'm going to go ahead and zoom back in here. We're going to be moving at the same exact speed without using any of our energy off. So we can actually shut everything down. We're not using any reactor power, zero. We're just floating through space. And it's a great way when you want to go a long distance without too much fuel or wasting your fuel. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and hop out of here. And zoom back here. Zoom. Ow. You do want to be careful on that. Oh, my dampener. Keep forgetting to turn my dampener back on. And as you can see how far we are. So let's turn my dampener off. We're going to zoom this way. Pretty fast. We can turn around and as you can see we're still flying away from it. Which is great if you want to save all your energy, if you, for some reason, find yourself in a destroyed ship and you need to get back. Just zoom. As you can see, we're not really using any any energy. And there we are. All right. Now we're going to go, whoops. Alright, we're going to go into here and we're going to take our hand drill, set that right there. We have a welder and a grinder. You just right click, it makes it go away if you don't want it anymore. Alright, we're going to go to first person view. This is how I prefer to do things. Okay, now we're going to do a little bit of mining. Now without an actual mining machine, every once in a while you're going to get all these bricks that just kind of... And as you can see where the gravity drops, I'm going where the gravity is directly down. So as I mine, the artificial gravity just causes it to automatically fall into the hole. Alright. Now we got a few ores, just... Whoops. Pick everything up. Alright. Let's go inside here. There we go. Turn off my jetpack. We're going to head over to that room and I'll show you the assembler and the refinery and if you're too lazy to take the stairs.
Your health is critical.
Oh, we are at 1%. Just a hint. Don't slam into the ground like that. But I'm trying to do this in a hurry so we can get over here. Oh, nope, that's outside. That's not where I want to be. Let's see.
Your health is critical.
I know my health is critical. Oh, that's a big giant reactor. There it is. I knew it was over here somewhere. Alright, if you go over here, you can see my health's jumping up. Also, this also recharges your energy. Alrighty. Now, one way to see if everything is hooked up, is to, let's see, where's our refinery? As you can see, it shows everything hooked up to the station here. And, nope, this is not connected to that conveyor system. So we need to find, or we can just go straight to the assembler. I bet that's hooked up to the conveyor system. And we stick this into the refinery. As you see, it starts making iron ingots. Now, all your different ores will make just different things. You have gold, cobalt, silicon. Alright, now we're going to go into production. Now, these are all the different things that we can make. These are just your base components. Now, if you want to build a ship, say you want to build a cockpit, a fighter cockpit, or just a regular cockpit. Over on the right there, it shows you everything that you need. So if you just click it, automatically, it queues everything you need to build one cockpit. So you don't have to go in and find all your individual components. And so we'd have to find nickel, cobalt, silicon, gold, and that's where the mining comes in. Alright, now we're going to go. We're going to show you the grinder. So you just come through here, say you don't want that there anymore. There, we just get rid of it. I didn't like this class. There we go. I died. But anyway, that's how the grinder works. Alright. And my dead body. Oh, poor Dragonhead Gaming. You will be missed. Can I loot your body? Can I push you off the edge? Dang it. Ah. Hey, thanks for the extra grinder. Alright. And if you want to build a ship, say we're just going to build a small little mining ship, so you don't actually have... Wow, that gravity needs to get turned off. That's going to kill me. Alright, so you go into here, and we're going to go into all blocks. And as you can see, these are all the different pieces you can put. So we're going to start with... Like find the landing. Oh wait, we want to build the new small ship. This is going to get your initial landing gear down. And oh, we need a construction component, so that's something we'd have to go build. So I'm going to actually, now that you've seen some kind of the basics, we're going to exit to the main menu. All right, we're going to do. Alrighty, I just fast forwarded real quick. This is one little ship that I built, my mining ship. It's got 4 little miners. Essentially, I just take this. We're going to unlock our. Oops. Right, we're going to unlock our landing gear here. That's going to. Adjust the camera so it's pointing straight forward. Alright.
Meteor storm
Now, as you can uh-oh. Yeah, I do have the meteor storms on my game, so I gotta be a little careful. And as you see, all these different ores are popping up. That's because I've built an ore detector in here. So let's hop up here. Turn on our drills. There we go. Essentially, I'm just mining all this magnesium out right here. Come back over here. Alright. Change the camera again. What that's going to do is I get over here. Put on my lower lights. Once it actually turns yellow, I hit the lock, and that lets me get out. As you can see, I have my gravity set to 0.5, so I can drop from a pretty decent height. Now I'm going to look in here, and as you can see, I have a little mini conveyor system on these. And what that does is it allows me to, I'm going to go over here to the other side, has everything hooked up right to this ejector port. I haven't built it yet. This is kind of a newer world. Oh, wow. Well, looks like we took a big, huge hit from an asteroid. It looks like it took out my cargo container. One of them, anyway. Anyway, but what that'll do is I can just hover, essentially hover right above my intake. I hit a button and it just starts ejecting and auto feeds it into the assembler, the refinery, wherever it needs to go. Alright. Now let's go ahead and do this new small ship here. Oh, I need a construction component. Let's see, I should have one over here. small ship. Now it's green. I'm going to set that there. I'm going to do the welder now. So if you do have damage like this, it's just a matter of re-welding it, and that'll fix it. There we go, nice and flat. Oh no! Let's see if we can go grab that before it takes off. Because hitting stuff like this, when I have the gravity set so low, yeah, stuff does tend to kind of go flying. But it makes it easier to just drop down.
Inventory full.
Oh, inventory full. Alright, so once you have your base small ship, you can build it up from there. So I normally just start with these light armor blocks for the internal. Just like that. And of course, if you try and build on here, it's going to build a huge block. But we want to build it off of this. As you can see, this lets you build your base frame, which is what these all are along here. Just a basic frame. Alright, we'll just do that real quick. And then you want a cockpit, which is right there. And you're going to want a small reactor to run it. And depending on what you want to do, you can have different... We're just going to build a basic ship that flies. Oh yes, and a gyroscope, so you don't fly all over the place. Alright, so let's... There we go, get our cockpit up here. But you need interior plate. So let's go ahead and... Oops. There we go. Grab interior plate. Those thruster components. Let's just grab a little bit of everything. Oh, wait. Actually, just put that whole thing over there. Put the whole thing of gravel over there. Bulletproof glass. Let's see what that gives us. Alright. Now we're going to build... So that'll be our front. Alright. We'll have a little platform to put the... Whoops. No, we don't want to do that. And when you're putting these parts on, you want to pay attention. There we go, because we've got to be able to load the reactor, otherwise it does us no good. Alright, then we'll just set that right on top there. And then now when you're putting engines on, you have multiple, because you want to move forward. Whoops. Oh, didn't I grab some? I thought I grabbed large steel tubes. Must not have. There we go. Because what you want to do is you're going to want to go forward, but because you're in space, there's no gravity, no friction. You got to have one to be able to stop. Then you're going to want one on each side. Alright. Thruster on the top. See if I can. Alright. May have to change that. Alright. So what we'll have to end up doing is we'll put the thruster, oops, right there, and then once we get all this welded together, what you do with this, you just do all this with all your parts through the whole thing, and it tells you what you need. We still need bulletproof glass and all that, and then you can put another one. Yeah, it looks funny, but the end advantages, and you can also set up, like I said, I have all my engines just hooked up like this. You can put them all in the back. But yeah, you can build pretty much anything your imagination desires in this. You ought to check it out. It's a great game, and if you're into the multiplayer, it's even better because you can have huge giant wars. Alright, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Leave comments below. Have a good one.